and you have a certain movement from your Rolling Thunder. So the how much you're moving is completely on the Rolling Thunder. So it's very similar to when you pounce or leap, that the movement speed is not actually given to your hero, it's just the ability which pulses you forward. So that's why Soulblind works the way it tops the ability, and your movement speed is
for a really aggressive offlane here for VP.P. Of course, starting off from the Blightstone and forcemajor with the ground boots as well, just looking to harass and do tons of damage. I mean, in theory, I think it's a really good idea here as well. Naturally, you're going to have a big advantage versus two melee heroes here. The ET though, not too bad against. Oh, he's done a little trick here. Plus 53 damage. He sent the Astral top lane and recalled them all the way down bottom. Just ended up getting a little bit more damage. But the Rubick only reduces your base damage and not the bonus that you get from anything or any sources. So the ET Spirit is still decent at harassing here. It's more about the telekinesis ability.
I think it's a good lane forward for because not only, I mean, Rubick can reduce your damage a bit, but since you have the treants, you also get hit up. You don't even need to make stacks in the jungle, you just take damage from those treants. And if you hit the 2 heroes plus like 4 treants, I think you're good to go. He's doing that right now.
Yeah, VP.P, they definitely have a leg up in this lane. Even with the boots and the additional movement speed, forcemajor, he's not really taking too much damage, really playing quite cleverly around the trees here. Look at this, the jukes. Yeah, he's only going to be able to hit him once, no, actually 3 times in total with the stable gun, but he's already back to half HP. Already needs some run. So they're going to be able to apply actually a fair bit of pressure to lightless as this lane continues. It doesn't really get much better for ET. Kind of peaks at level 1 in terms of being able to harass in the lane. And again at 3 and 5 when you get more points into the Astral Spirit, right?
Yeah, but you're right that level 1 is such a huge, like it scales, but it doesn't scale as well as you'd like it. So that's why ET used to be very popular back in the Twilight meta, because you got more damage and also you stayed level 1 forever. You're like, yes, thank God. Yep. But here you're forced to level up, and enemy team is as well, and you go, well, the damage from this great is just not as great.
No, especially not. Same thing with the Undying, same kind of at least thought process, right?
Yeah, well, now with the Soul Rip, I think it's a bit different, because you actually Soul Rip scales so well that it's kind of justifiable. Like, more levels on Undying definitely work out. Mid lane here, though, it's going to be very even. I think this is definitely a 50-50. It depends on the player entirely. Like, some players rather play the Ember in this matchup, some players rather play the Void. I think Void is easier to play than Ember. Ember's combos and tricks. But in the lane, it's relatively even. There's not many tricks.
Yeah, they're just going to be farming here. Really, it's a race to level 6 there. Someone's got a significant, a little XP advantage. The other hero's probably dead. But once they're both level 6, it's going to move on and farm the jungle. Look for kills if they're ever out of position. Really toe the line. But for the first couple levels, it shouldn't be any 3 denies compared to the Void Spirit 4. So it's just about dead even here between the 2.
Yeah, it's just in this lane, the Flame Guard really harasses Larl, who can't take it out immediately. And the good thing about this is that usually the build for Larl tends to be what he's doing right now. Points, max the Resonant Pulse, and put a couple points in each kill potential. So the strength of this build is that you have more kill potential than Ember. So if someone rotates, you can potentially punish magic. But the weakness is that Magical is going to go for a Flame Guard build, so it gets really easy to recover the jungle. You as Larl won't have that ability to recover the jungle as easily, because usually that's the Simulate build. Yep. So, now swings and roundabouts for this. They're kind of trying to protect this rune, quick around, but doesn't seem like he wants to fight this. And in the top lane, also, actually they rotate both support Hustler.
Yeah, they are.
And they're gonna get the kill on the Undying thanks to the arrow. DSA uses the mango, wanted to kill himself, but couldn't turn in time. Unfortunately, he's gonna die.
That wouldn't have really healed him much anyway. There's no creep wave nearby. It's a level 1 Soul Rip, which has been nerfed quite heavily after the Undying every single patch we had previously. Yeah. So I can't blame Ice Frog for that one. Notice getting kind of by Funnick. Another lucky strike, but telling creep wave moving in.
Pango versus a melee hero is really just a luck-based matchup. Like, you can be a really good Pango and kind of even it out, but if you get a lucky shot at the right time, you get a kill. And if you don't get the lucky shot at the right time, you might even die, you know?
It's a ton of armor corruption as well here, actually, with the Blightstone. He's now has the Orb of Corrosion already in the way, but it's minus, I think, 6 armor already? That's a Desolator.
That's true. It's not bad at all.
That's literally a Desolator.
You have, once you get an Orb of Corrosion as well, you can easily apply to the Swashbuckle. Your damage early is all physical because you don't go for points in the Jill Crash.
The prize is
really good. And even got the second point lucky shot now. Ready to have more minus armor. Your support's also Mirana, who deals a fair amount of physical damage, so it combines well.
Does, yeah, it's a really mean top lane. Really, both off lanes are quite mean. In terms of how the safe laners are actually covering or how they're hoping to stay ahead. And lightless is doing a really fantastic job here. He's barely, yep, there's his 30th CS, or he's just about to hit it. While PA is being a little bit more zoned away from the lane. We do have a Mirana coming mid lane as well. Searing James into arrow, unfortunately, is timed. Larl's going to be able to free for this. It's a bit of damage. Oh,
They used the glyph there to make sure that the creeps could tank for Remnant, and Larl was not going to die to the Flame Guard. That was a very clever play by Magical. Because otherwise the tower would have killed the first creep, and the Aether would have just hit the Ember.
And that's the benefit. Magical just beat him to level 6. It didn't really matter. It wasn't extremely relevant there, but we can see actually we just barely had enough experience at the end as he was dying. In his dying breath, getting experience for the Astral Step, but just didn't chance to use it.
Oh, that was just very well played, honestly, by Hustler. Impressive performance there. Really, again, really nice glyph. And you're seeing that they're putting so much more pressure in the mid lane. Hustler does play around their mid lane a lot. Magical is Got Searing Chain's arrow combo. Didn't even speak about it in the draft, but it's very powerful. This time, of course, Mirana was too close, but later we'll see the power of KingR in his arrow.
Yeah, it's super consistent as well. Very, very easy. I think, like, in terms of your Mirana arrow setup, I think it's like probably. Trying to think. I think it's S tier. The thing is, it's really fast. Which
it's just below the X mark the spot.
Even then, though, I like the Searing Chains because it's fast. It's like almost instant you can get that stun applied, right? Like we saw it here. It wasn't a long enough stun, mind you, but with an X mark the spot, you know, because you got to play the base a little bit more. You know, he's got to be shredding. I think in terms of the amount of control you provide, X mark is better. I agree. X mark is better in that regard. But I think like for the lane, and if you just want to play fast for these not 5-second stun arrows, I think changes a little.
But it depends on your grasp. I agree that you can surprise more, and also there's some here avoid X mark the spot. I don't think any hero can really paint unless you have the spell. Here we'll see
-7 armor.
We do have Rolling Thunder now, because he's Lucky Shot level 2 now. They hit him with the arrow, not very useful, but they commit the Rolling Thunder, so it's going to be an easy kill for Funnick. This man, he's empowered. It's nighttime, so it's the power of the moon for Funnick. He's ready.
That's right.
He also has the Moonlight Shadow. I mean, this draft is made for Funnick, dude. Where are my moon bros?
Moon bros.
We used to call him.
Is that so?
Did you not know the meme about him being part of the Cult of the Moon? I've been making this joke all cast. I'm not even joking. Like, he used to have this Cult of the Moon Funnick. He used to make this really weird, not like bad weird, just like I don't know what he's talking about kind of tweets. Or he was talking about the power of the moon. He had I think he got a team called Moon People or Moon Bro. And he called people in his stream like his bros. I'm not kidding. This is real.
I believe you.
This guy is, I mean, it's great. It adds so much flavor to it.
I mean, honestly, this is just, I believe you because it's just too weird to be made up on the spot, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no way I can think of that on the spot. That's why Funnick always plays with Mirana, and that's why he always plays at nighttime. You ever wondered? There's a whole thing. The moon gives him power. He's like a werewolf, but better.
Yeah, he's like an IRL Night Stalker, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if they can find the... Up top, I think they're going for the PA. Bottom, the Elephant sacrifice himself. The PA is much more valuable kill. Here's what you were talking about, right? The immediate setup of the Searing Chains, and also the range of it is much more useful for getting these early kills. This is one of the biggest strengths of Ember. Once you get 1 point in Searing Chains, 1 point in Sleight of Fist, you're good to go and rotate.
Oh, yeah.
You are much faster than Void Spear in that sense to get easy kills.
You even can drop a Remnant in the mid lane. A lot of heroes, they'll either TP to get to the lane quickly, or they'll just, you know, run and then TP back. With Ember, you get the best of both worlds. You drop a Remnant back in the mid lane, you TP to one of the side lanes, you fight, it's going bad, it's going good, no matter, you're right back mid already. Bit of a dive now underneath the tier 1 tower, as Nofear in trouble. They've dropped the tombstone here, he's looking to try and at least clear the tombstone for that extra chunk of chains, but he's not going to get the chance. It's Funnick now rotating on over. It is nighttime here, but unfortunately, it doesn't guarantee up the Rolling Thunder. He'll find one proc though, Celebrity, doing some damage. He's focusing on the structures. Dire Creep will be fortified to allow him to continue diving in some troubles. Larl, however, he's completely out of mana and spells, but nice blocks there with the trees. He's going to force another Remnant down from Magical. KingR not going to be able to do things there. Good kill against the Void Spirit. They will lose the tower for that,
Undying
however.
is being chased like KingR.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They do that, 2 lead cards.
Radiant's middle tower
will
is
hit.
under attack.
KingR trying to get some distance, hit him with the arrow, and that's off PSA. Undying is also not a hero that has great agility gain, or in general he has a lot of strength, very little agility. Once you reduce armor, effective HP is considerably for the physical side.
Notice has gone for a Blightstone and forgetting the name of this item. Wraith Band, that's what it is, and the power treads here, then for the BKB. So it's not going to be quite a naked Battle Fury or anything like that for our PA. So theoretically, she can show up and be a little bit useful in fights, especially now that she's level 6 at least, but for the most part, just wants to be jungling, and right now they're not going to allow that here. They go here for the combo yet again. Arrow incoming, gets the lure off, but it's going to be just gone here soon enough. Phantom Strike not going to do a thing. Even with level 3 Soul Rip here, they couldn't keep alive the PA. Magical's already gone. The KingR running for his life. Will be caught by the Remnant.
So here's another advantage that we saw as well by...
Run like the dogs you are.
If you're Konka, you're great at punishing someone because you stun forever. You have the arrow, then the torrent, the ghost ship. But if you're an Ember, you take much more advantage of the long stun of the arrow because Flame Guard just hits. So here we're seeing that they can go dive really deep, get a quick kill, taking advantage of only a single stun, and PA can't do much about it. And Monkey King is capable of taking the tower up top. And, I mean, not Monkey King, the Radiant. Yep. That opens up your map. What matters is that the tower fell, right? Even if they denied it, it'd be okay. Because you took the tower, now you can take over the enemy jungle. And these Ember plus Mirana combos are going to work much better. As you can see, Hustlers playing around Magical. That's what they use.
Yeah, they are. If you were tuned in for game number 1 and saw Punch 2-1 bait, you'll maybe recall that I made a comment about Stormstormer and the Hellbear Smashers, which actually ran Mirana Ember in the safe lane with a Quas Exhort Invoker mid on Stormstormer. It's really impressive
with
Invoker.
the Coddle as a 4.
With the Coddle as
That's
the
like
4.
a super Ember lineup.
It was so good. Honestly, it felt in that bottom lane, I really felt bad for their opponents who call it this time, because it felt like the Invoker was basically there the entire time. You know, it was just like Syrian Chains, Arrow, Sunstrike, just constantly, every 35 seconds. Incredible. Quick kill there onto Celebrity, as he was just farming the dead lane a little bit. Will be caught out, however, by the combo. Boulder used as well, Rolling Thunder, sorry.
The Rune of Illusion.
With the Flame Guard here stolen by the Rubick, he's going to save himself from a lot of the magical damage. Actually, magical damage. Magical can't really hit the tombstone, so Lightless joined them just to take the gold. This is what a carry does, right? It's like, hey, are you joining us for this fight?
Nope.
I'm just here for the gold.
I'm here for the Pugna, what's it called? The Netherward.
That's what the ancestors do.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Anyway, go for the tower here in the mid lane, take advantage of Lightless rotation, is the right play, and this opens up your map. Now when you take the mid tier 1, you can go and actually take over the high ground of the jungle, and you can even start threatening the triangle. Because now you force VP.Prodigy,
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
So once you know where they are, just smoke up, go to the triangle, it's a free kill. Unless the support's there to tank.
Yeah, we've got Maelstrom queued up here for our Ember. By the looks of it, I imagine he's got like a Mithril Hammer somewhere, or he's just going to go for the Javelin first. Good mix damage, really good here against the all the treants that Celebrity makes. They are going to be chasing him down. Wrath of Nature is going to get the bounces down here. Careful for that damage. Funnick nukes down quite a bit, but Rolling Thunder, Arrow's going to miss. That's okay, because another Rolling Thunder will connect, and they're going to be able to run him over the Pango van.
Yeah, he's right. The support of the tower, Funnick also talked.
Interesting.
There's a whole spiel. I love him, man. It's one of my favorite times to watch Funnick. He's playing a great game right now. Lightless is in trouble. They do have the stun, but that's not going to be enough. Stolen Flame Guard and Rubick still
does, yeah. He's actually swapped it for Tree Dance now with an even bigger cast range. It looks like he's got the talents here on Rubick, and he has no cast animation either, or a 0.01 second cast animation. He's also basically got the shard without the cooldown reduction, but in terms of the cast point.
Yeah, sure, exactly. And the Primal Spring is really useful because you also, like, you just, as a Monkey King who's a carry, you don't really fulfill the
you've seen Can't Fight.
Yeah. But Rubick is, oh my goodness, did you see how they aggroed the creeps there to make sure they had a clear path to the arrow?
That was really next level.
Oh, nice job. This is why you get the mid laner to do these things. Rubick trying to cosplay Monkey King, can he get away?
He's got.
I think so, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Unless Magical so close, cuts every tree, put the 3 force majors on, and instead DSA might have to pay for this. They have Syrian Chains to know where he is. Rubick will be alive, but DSA won't be able to make it out of here.
That was incredible. Force majors like, all right, I see the Remnant coming, calculate. This tree is perfect. And he's gonna pop that. Look at that. Is he gonna get a courier kill? Yeah. No, he's gonna think better of it.
He's afraid of dying here.
Yeah.
I mean, he just got given a miracle right there, so let's not waste it. Arrow will detect him though, should see him.
Yeah,
KingR is just
but again, there's literally no point in chasing this Rubick right now. There's that clip on Reddit of some guy like kiting around the entire enemy team for like a full minute. And yeah, I don't think the Hustlers are really going to want to end up on the front page of Reddit for something like that.
No, exactly. Hustler chase after Rubick for 3 minutes.
3 minutes. I mean, they're still going.
Oh, they got him. The chase will complete. Can they murder it? They contemplate it. There we go.
See ya.
Force major. You played with fire and you got burned. Celebrity in the middle lane, also in trouble. Nice stomp to follow up from the rolling thunder. He uses Wrath of Nature, but it's not going to help him survive. Goodbye to Celebrity. And NP, very similar to Airsprit in the early levels, he's a one-way trick machine. You TP in because you're hoping to get a kill. If you messed up and you misread that fight, you are done, son.
Yeah, especially because you're going to be a little bit more dependent on the mana, right? For you either having the TP out, which is not too expensive. I mean, he dies with basically full mana here. But, I mean, regardless or not, you basically channel your teleport out. You channel this one. It's a cast point, I know. But still, it's a really, really tough time for him to be looking around the map. With the Monkey King especially really rotating nicely. Ember able to catch him with the chains into basically a guaranteed arrow. It's a really nice early game synergy draft from the Hustlers.
We have a little bit of a gank up top where NP tries to punish lightless. Well, he's going against himself using the item that counters him the most.
Yeah, he's gonna go Ags first item here after the erosion. Yeah.
Larl catching him. Let's see, Monkey in trouble. There's a move hook block. Then Monkey might just die. Does that have for the Wukong's command? Doesn't get the stun up either. Funnick rethinks his choice to go in, and that's Sprout to take away vision from the tombstone.
Oh, Moonlight Shadow stolen. Not bad.
That's pretty.
He's just gonna use it.
By the way, PA just got a minute 15 or okay, so it's a good time for Battlefield. With Tread, plus Wraith Band, Blightstone, Magic Wand, yeah, it's a good time for Battlefield.
It's pretty good, yeah, especially because you have to remember she got 1,000 gold in the bank. I know you know this, but telling our viewers that it was definitely before the 16-minute 45-second, right? She didn't just get it in like cameraman cut at it for a while.
No, it was particularly, I remember 15-4.
A little pop-up.
Yeah, little pop. So I think that the problem with this is that even if you get a good time for Battle Fury, you still need Tesslator and BKB. Once you get those, you're in trouble, Hustler. The choice for Monkey King to go for Axe first is great for fighting more and putting pressure, but it reduces your farming speed a bit.
Oh, does it compared to Maelstrom?
Yeah.
Really?
Because you need to essentially put yourself and let the monkey kind of stick things.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So either if you're running around the map, split pushing is great, and I guess it increases dangerous farm. You can go for much more danger, but Maelstrom just helps you kill.
I'm curious.
For
clearing waves, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for clearing waves. It's particularly also because Axe costs double damage.
Is under attack.
So it's 4,200 versus 20.
You're right, you're right. There's, I mean, of course, 10 stats for the Ags, which is nice, but doesn't give you the equal damage of Maelstrom. Arrow set up there. Oh, dodges it. He's still gonna die. KingR, of course, the very balanced hero that Mirana is, just behind in terms of net worth of the offlane. To be honest, Celebrity's not having that great of a game. KingR, though, I wouldn't say, I mean, you look at his stats, 4-1-8, that's a pretty darn good game, actually. I can't really say he's not having a great game either, but he really is actually on the Mirana. Really great start here. And, well, it's gonna be another kill here. Just doesn't even need the Ember Spirit anymore.
Oh, he didn't channel the Earthquake.
Oh, yeah, they wanted him dead.
That was very well done, though. Combo was on point. The good thing about the Monkey King's build is that this build is better for taking up jet. Obviously, the towers.
Yep.
And Rorschach. You've already seen them actually cheese a Rorschach.
Yeah,
before.
was it them?
No, I don't think it was
the first match, or the first match we did in here.
I think it might have been Punch. I'm not sure. But anyway, the point is that since the Ember went Maelstrom, it's okay. Rolling Thunder catches.
Yeah, he's in a great spot. Oh no!
No, he actually missed the bump.
Yeah, he did.
Those small rocks, you need to bump them if you want to get the counter deal. But it's okay. Searing Chain sets up for this, so it's fine. And yeah, since Magical went for a more carry Ember, you could say, with a Maelstrom, you're gonna mitigate the lack of farm on Monkey King, and you'll give him enough time to recover. So it's not that big a deal. I think they're just playing more around Magical as a win condition early, and then hoping that Monkey King covers of the game.
Yeah, they are. I mean, he's not too far behind. He's now, he still doesn't have the Ags, but he's nearly there. Here's 20 minutes for an Ag Interceptor on the Monkey King, who, without either a Maelstrom or the Ags, doesn't farm particularly. Is going to be a pretty happy time. Run up behind him. He noticed, or they're going to know someone is there because Nofear, he heard or maybe saw. Well, now he's going to see. But she was blurred, but you know, you can still actually notice if you get additional damage there on the Elder Titan Spirit. There's a visual and an audio cue for it.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can guess.
Yep.
And of course, as with an Ember Pango, I don't think it's hard for you to break.
No.
We're seeing the build we talked about in the draft, by the way, with Pango. Again, this build was
Oh, really?
Yeah, very popular.
Good call. Lots of Yules here.
Yeah, this build was made very popular, but
prize is
particularly
mine.
Tavo started abusing it. One of the best Pango players out there, but is playing back in, I think it was Complexity back then. And either that or Chaos, I don't remember. Either or, it's a really solid build, particularly because it gives you so much more team fight. It dispels the Resident Pulse, which is great against the Axiom Void Spirit. Dispels the silence that you can get. Of course. Also potential Orchid and Nature's Prophet. It's just a very useful item in this game.
Speaking of Orchid, he did just here, so good call on that. But yeah, we actually have, I think, 4 Yule Scepters already. Let me just double check here. Or we have 4 being queued up. 1, 2, 3, and then I think RBT might be going for one as well.
Why not? Mirana's like, oh my god, so many people to sit for my arrows.
I know, it's kind of incredible.
That's why he's going for Ags actually, because Ags will make his arrows deal pretty much double damage. Because once you hit it, it hits him with a Starstorm essentially, plus the extra projectile. So much damage.
It is really good. Bomb lane, Pango is going to get off the Rolling Thunder. Uh-oh, Celebrity, that's not really where you want to shoot the Pango at. Oh no. Right near the end of the match. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, and you're dead. See you later.
I want to say bing bong, the NP's dead.
Yep.
If Pango came in and cut his head.
Oh, not bad.
That's the action.
Is it?
Yeah, Ding Dong, the Witches.
Oh.
I'm assuming it's like a 15th century song. For some reason I know.
It's from, the Wizard of Oz.
Is that what they really say in The Wizard of Oz?
Well,
they cut her head?
Well, no, I think it is, because remember, the house falls on her.
Yeah, but...
And then all the children come out. They're like, hooray!
She's murdered! Murder!
It's kind of a weird movie when you think about it.
It's
Anyway.
a pretty old movie. Back then, standards were different.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why it's a classic is it was the first movie in color.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's got like a 30-second stinger in the beginning where it's like, look at this color, because it was like really groundbreaking for the time.
I can understand that.
Anyway,
PA is building BKB first and Dezo. This shows that she wants to fight
Comforting
earlier, of course.
wound of
Dezo is great for the
regeneration.
damage, but if you need to fight right now, Dezo's not going to help you. BKB will ensure that at least you can hold your own in the fight.
and this is the playing from behind build that Notice is going for, right? Battle Fury to be able to farm, BKB to be able to dodge fights and make sure you don't get killed, into the Desolator so you can potentially kill this one, Aghanim Scepter so you can cut waves, and then finally Divine Rapier, because, you know, Divine Rapier.
I mean, this is like a whole battle plan laid out.
It
in front of
is.
you, and I think it's appropriate.
It is, and I mean, you know, it might sound a little bit like we're negative Nancy's here, talking about, oh, he's already playing from behind, but I mean, a 5K net word lead here, 22 minutes in, is pretty significant.
Look, this is exactly what you build
middle
Ags.
tower is under
If you
attack.
build Ags just because you want to take objectives, take advantage of that. That's one of the strengths of the Ags, and that's exactly what you
Dire's
so
top tower
it's
is
appropriate. I
under
think
attack.
the build might seem weird or against the standard,
top
but if you're playing according to this build, it's perfectly correct. Now, nice goal hitter by the
That was
Void
Voids.
Spirit.
Yep.
Bottom
The
tower.
first one was Funix, and the second one was Larl's. Larl trying to get away with Assimilate.
Nice
Still caught by
prediction.
Funix. That's a really good prediction. Hit both starts. Of course, only
Arrow?
hits.
Oh,
Arrow
just
won't
good
hit in
play.
time. And he's capable of Astral Stepping in some safety. 3 seconds for the next Astral Step. Can they get a stun up? Lightless. Doesn't know where he went, but doesn't want to chase any further. Instead, they're going to settle for the Undying and with the Rubick, 2 supports dead.
Dire's
And that's going to
turret has
be
been
Hustler
killed.
taken down. Yeah, honestly, 2 supports, not bad, especially early Undying is quite valuable.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I mean, they even get the tier 1, or sorry, make that the tier 2 tower in exchange for that one as well. So yeah, they're extremely happy with what they've got going so far. Age is still in the Monkey King here for another 2.5 minutes. He can
Dire's
make a couple
middle
more
tower
plays.
is
It
under
looks like they're
attack.
setting up for a serious push here at the tier 2 tower. And actually, I saw a cute little strat on the Monkey King to get around the glyph, where he just hopped into one of the trees right next to the tower because the tree doesn't have vision up there. Or sorry, the tower doesn't have vision up there, which means it couldn't attack him. But he was actually still, interestingly enough, in range for the statue to attack.
Really good trick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tricks with this Ags that people can really abuse. That's why I love this Ags. It's quite an interesting.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really good. I think it's a really interesting scepter. Ice Frog rebalance Clinks, and then he's like, no, actually I had to remove this from the game. It's too strong. And then he's like, but I'll give it to Monkey King.
Everyone knows that's fucking. Silent Boy has like 1 good game on Clinks, and actually, screw you, Silent Boy.
You know what's funny is actually the supports on 4 Zoomers as well. I think it was Ocean or Husky. One of them actually got a rampage in one of their games. And he tweeted after the patch, he's like, really? You know, I have to go back to playing boy position 4s now after I learn how to play a new hero?
Must have been Husky, because Husky plays.
It must have been, yeah, that sounds about right.
That's why he plays the Brewmaster versus 5 as well. That's quite interesting.
Brewmaster 5 is really fun to watch, actually. I think we've seen it here already.
We saw it yesterday 2 times actually.
Oh, really?
It was yesterday. I don't know. I don't have a conception of time.
Yeah, I feel you.
But like in the NA match, in the last upper division NA match, 8 teamers. Brewmaster 5, 2 games. Very well played. You guys want to learn to play Brew? Honestly, I recommend that.
Radiant's middle
So much
tower
Dota
is
these
under
days.
attack.
Instead of sometimes when I see Abo go, oh hey, it's gonna be nighttime in the next 5 minutes, I go, wait a second, no, we're not watching a Dota game right now. In real life.
I have started calling. Yesterday I was talking to my mom like, okay, let's not team fight here.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're gonna have an initiation by Phonic, get the Blink Dagger ready. Doesn't use the Yule Center for the double stun, so a bit of a waste there of the Yules.
Not worth it for the Undying, right? He's hoping for something bigger. Honestly, the Undying, it's not showing up for him either way.
That's a fair point. So
Needs to save it in case he TPs.
I agree. Now we go for
one more? No.
Larl. It's hard to catch him. Magical with a bunch of remnants. No Axe though. He's just very fast.
He's just really fast, yeah.
Flame Guard. They try to deal as much damage as possible. Miss the stop, miss the arrow. Here Splitter will also miss. Dissimulate, saving him down to the low ground. Larl will be safe for now.
Wow.
Well played by Larl.
Yeah, really well played. Normally the Ember is always going to be able to catch you, given that he has one more have infinite remnants, right? But you get 3 charges of the flame remnants, right, compared to the 2 astral steps, so you should be able to catch him at theory. That is, if Laurel's not there to break your ankle. Job there, making sure he doesn't become a victim.
You notice, by the way, I want to just point out a very small thing, Matt. Whenever he actually throws on remnants, you'll actually notice Ember remnants keep your speed until you get Ags with really tough Sonic the Hedgehog. But what's on right now, since it keeps your speed, using face boots just before, especially when towards them, and waiting to use face boots before you use a remnant will give you that extra bit of efficiency that helps you catch up against hero.
And it's they're going to be hunting here for Celebrity, right into the trees. It's He's like a lock-on missile. Boop, found him. And again, you don't really want to be here versus a Pangolier. It's basically a perma-stun. As 1, 2, 3, 4 into the arrow. See you later.
He has Ags now, Mirana.
We did see that. And really quick, because I wanted to actually bring it up, because it's also relevant on the ET, because he has the same sort of thing on his Astral Spirit, where it copies his move speed. Before it was just like always max move speed. The I6 happened and Ice Rock was like, nope, never again. Exactly. But now, so it copies your move speed. It's weaker in the lane as Force Major. Whoops, deleted. See you later. Currently that move speed is 0, but they are going to be kicking a fight off here in exchange. They're not going to catch Magical. We get the BKB off into now the Boundless Strike. They're going to be able to nuke through the Void Spirit. As Notice pops his own BKB, looking to fight onto Magical. Phantom Strike is ready, but he's going to use it defensively.
Did you see what Phonic did there with the shard though? Incredible. He actually sharded right next to the wall. He actually Oh, I see. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. He rolled up right next to the wall. Okay. And that meant that when they stop. That meant that when they hit him, he hit the wall, rolled back to the enemy, and actually managed to stun the Void Spirit for the last bit of damage, or last bit of. And that managed to get
was never
against the Void.
Oh,
he just checks. I've never made this mistake. It is roll up, right? Okay,
it is roll up.
Stop me. Okay. The roll up by Phonic was fantastic. Really well positioned next to the wall. Perfect to again. The Larl died.
I'm gonna be bringing that one up for like months.
Please don't. That was such a, Spanish burst in the. Wait, Ags is going to be the next item for Notice. That's going to help cut lanes a bit more effectively. Now that we have Desolator, Notice starting to become a real threat. And as you can see in these team fights, Hustle can no longer deal with him as easy. So they're trying to play them more defensively. But we are reaching kind of the end of the Tombstone lifespan. I'm in 30, this ability.
Exactly, especially when you do have some pretty good tombstone hitters. The PA she's not even going to bother this game because she can relegate that task to the Mage's Prophet, right? NP's job this game is going to be to show up, get a good spread onto ideally one of the supports that is intact in the fight. Orchid, another support, maybe the Mirana, maybe Pango even, supports him to use his Yule Scepter for his spell. And then he's just going to be, there to hit tombstone. Right now he just kind of lacks the damage straight up.
And now with the Mirana as well, as she gets more items, she's also capable of progresses. You're gonna have a lot of ability.
Oh wow.
PSA. Okay, losing his life there. Easy kill by Phonic. Just catching the swashbuckle, and I mean the Undying is just fodder at this point. It's what you pick the hero. You secured your early game. It's now time for the PA.
Yeah, and she's still currently in farming mode, has the point booster. Wouldn't be like the craziest thing in the world to just build stats on the PA. Of course, given that you have a crit, right, that's always going to be really, really nice, that additional damage. So she can be weird, but always decides to turn this into an Eye of Scotty to be fighting a little bit more actively
but
in the
Axe
next.
is so good.
No, I completely agree, especially because they are still down 7k, right? And that's the thing. There's the catch for me.
Dyer's
I
middle
like this
tower
very
is
much.
under
The thing is, though, PA is not particularly the best matchup. He's now going for MKB, of course.
That's his bar.
It's his bar, yeah, exactly. He shouldn't have to buy it. He should, the other heroes should borrow it from him. But anyway, the Monkey King, of course, because now that he buys that with the extra armor,
Deadly
and
sweet.
can actually pretty realistically tank. The bottom lane, they get a double kill here. Force Major Celebrity. It seems like Celebrity is trying to split push a lot. I don't know how effective this is being, though. At this point, it feels like they're just catching him wait. I'm hoping for Agza Magical to punish this team.
Yeah, I agree for the chase, granting those 2 additional remnants. I still like it, actually. I think that's really strong. Versus the Void Spirit, the PA is going to hate that as well. It's going to be something she can be off. Unsurprisingly, as a melee hero, she needs to be on top of heroes for damage.
One of the things that I love playing, actually. First, destroy it, bondage. What catches him? Yeah, he does. The arrow will hit as well. That's just set up for the kill. Yes, it's already dead. Larl will join it. One of the things I love about Slate here that I don't see people mention is that since it's become an area cast as opposed to a single projectile, if you're out of vision, you can still cast. You can just cast it in an area where you think the PA is joining. If the PA blurs, it'll still hit you. It doesn't matter because it's all about the area, right? So it's not being as disjointable and being much more predictable makes this item so much better than Aiden.
Yeah.
And it's something I've been noticing now much more that the item has been.
You can think of it, by the way, Roshan versus Lucky Strike is GG for Roche. Just didn't get a single attack off there. And there's the Aghanim Scepter completed for our PA. But to go back to your point, I think actually this item, Gleipnir, is going to be the reason why we don't see Pit Lord anymore. Or sorry, Underlord. Because you can just buy Pit of Malice. You're right, it's so good. Sure, it doesn't have the repeat effect, which sometimes is even stronger, but given how mobile heroes are and how bursty a lot of the games are, you know, like, oh, if it jumps on you, he's going to kill you in like 2 seconds. PA, obviously, he's going to kill you with 1. So it's going to be really, really... Yeah, I mean, why even bother for the Underlord if you can just buy his ulti?
Personally, I do think that Underlord slept on, right? I think that the Underlord can still do really well. He counters a lot of the meta, but a lot of teams just don't want to pick him just yet. It might be one of the rest of us. Considering this particular hero is still played more effectively. The Yule Scepter used by the Pango, not ideal. They go for Force Major instead. KingR is doing so much work. That was his arrow hitting them. And now you find the Void Spirit with the arrow. Don't get the Yule Scepter in time. Well, the stomp is perfectly calculated. No. It seemed like it should have hit.
I thought it was as well, Abo. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my goodness.
He's just always in the tornado.
But this time they actually countered themselves because that was Yule's into the monkey stun, which is not
arrow?
a
Yeah, I mean, Laurel's head's going to be spinning there after spending like 10 seconds in the Yule Scepter. At the end of the day, though, a really nice ward. It just expired here, but they had a really great ward here. The Hustlers actually almost kind of hustled them into taking a team fight because they were only showing the Monkey King there. The rest of the heroes were actually smoked up and right behind them.
Yeah, the BKB on Void Spirit might help him out a lot here to not get caught actually by the Pango, but honestly, it's tank control. He messed up the Yule Scepter.
He did mess up the Yule. Oh,
he turns around with a roll-up.
Couldn't shard on him.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm never going to use that word again, so one mistake, right? What is it?
Radiant's
One
top
mistake,
tower
shame
is
on
under
me.
attack.
2 mistakes, I'm bush.
Dyer's
I
middle
don't know,
tower
something
is
like
under
that.
attack.
It's only
Radiant's
one.
top tower
That's it.
is falling.
Thank you. This is my 3rd language. Lightless is going to continue here. We have an arrow just chasing under the trees. Lightless taking care to make sure that his statues can hit the tower, but he doesn't want to die here or commit too much. Just not smart. There's no need for you to pressure this, especially with the PA still being alive. In fact, I think VP.P is taking advantage of this like really slow push from Hustler and trying to take a tier 2 up top, and that's going to work for them actually.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to threaten for high ground
Can
here with the
they
Fury.
trade here, Lightless? I don't know. Look, they're too afraid because they can TP any time, and now that you're right, they're threatening for high ground. The creeps are not there yet. It's actually just Tombstone and Treants.
I mean, that'll force them back, and look at this, they're actually chasing Force Major. Ooh, he's going to be able to get the telekinesis. Just barely there, as he is going to be mobile AF. They're going to get a kill on a Celebrity on the footsteps there of the Radiant high ground. Gleipnir, though, is going to knock Force Major down. They might even catch Laurel, who's going to be able to get a dissemblate. Oh my goodness, the Syrian Chains out for match will make that the slightest says. Force Major's going to find him. Funnick, godlike now, 9-0 and 11, having an amazing game on the Pangolier.
What an awesome play there by the Ember Spirit, leaving the Remnant there to be able to come back in. When Funnick kind of, I want to say it was baiting, I think he just got caught out, but they always had a contingency plan. I really admire teams that despite them going for a specific play, have a contingency plan just in case. Almost destroys the Undying, and now he's dead. Gleipnir catching the PA is what we're talking about. No blurring that annoying Magical in trouble, avoid some of the damage. I think he just got hit with a cheese, so it's gonna be perfectly fine for now, but careful Magical, don't go even further. Gonna get so punish him. Bjork will hit, he activates the BKB, and is just remnanting himself away. The roll up from Funnick will save him from any potential initiation as lightless loses Aegis. He just wants to create some space here. Don't want to let VP.P run you down.
No, not at all. Nice fight there, nice turn by the PA, playing that one just on the edge. They even actually almost baited the Ember back into his death. As they kind of really decided to almost overextend there. 2 buybacks getting used. At the end of the day, they don't get anything except for the BKB charge out from the Ember Spirit, which the 9-second BKB charge is not bad, but that is in exchange for the PA's own 9-second. So that you have to keep that in consideration when doing the mental math.
Oh, that was a good record. And actually, the Monkey King got stopped by Telekinesis as well, because they used it on the Mirana, but Telekinesis just stopped her down with Remnant. They catch the PA super easily, and that's going to be just a miss. By Notice going in there without acting in the BKB, just not the play to make. Now they catch Force Major, super easy to murder him as well, and Hustle will take 3 kills without breaking a sweat.
This is incredible. Magical is doing so much damage here just with the Gleipnir alone, plus 30 damage on this bad boy. What's the build-up for it? You need a lot of Atos, Maelstrom, and a recipe, is it? Yeah, for
yeah, so it's a decent build. Recipe is quite expensive though.
It is, it's because it's a late game item.
It's like 1100, I think, or
It is, yeah.
But the Maelstrom, I agree, Maelstrom Motivate is just a good item because the advantages it gives you in the late game warrants building Atos early-ish. When you're like, yeah, sure, I'll take an Atos. It's not bad. Why not? And then you build into Gleipnir if you think that you need that kind of area root, or if you want it in the out of vision, which I think is
No, and honestly, the root is so good this game. Like it's already kind of an incentivized item, isn't it? Right? You might as well get the upgraded version, the more slot-efficient version. And here's going to be the Aghanim Scepter then. Right along with Warrior for the Ember. At some point in that team fight, Force Major did actually get a steal onto the Rolling Thunder, and then
that's why he ran away.
And then he was running away, being chased by another Rolling Thunder, and then Pango tried to swashbuckle him, but got stunned by the Rolling Thunder, but it didn't matter because the Ember down.
It was quite a funny Benny Hill kind of scene.
It was like a little hot pursuit. Yeah, Benny Hill, they were going to be chasing each other, Tom and Jerry sort of style thing.
We need sound effects for this.
Good chokehold here.
Nofear. There's the Remnant. Catch the Elder. Bye by Elder.
Yep.
Monkey King though. Okay, Wukong's command is
it's still Boundless Strike.
It's still Boundless Strike. I think that's why he must have used the Boundless Strike after, because that was a terrible Boundless Strike.
It was. He was probably looking for a kill. I mean, Rubick, Wukong's command is not that good.
No, but it does give you the armor nowadays, so it's actually still useful.
It does, but even then, it's... I mean, is the armor really going to save him from all the magical damage really Magical has for him?
Plus
where? Oh, yeah, here? Yeah, you didn't know? Yeah. Alt's got some wonderful modifiers here in the game.
What a great spectator.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Valve, you can tell that they used to start in Windows because every single button does something. There's a right-click menu for everything in the game.
Actually, Valve are Linux users, we all know.
No. They were literally Microsoft devs.
That's true. Gabe Newell was. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so hey, let me make my OS joke, please.
Oh yeah, you're completely right. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Let's see, VP.P trying to jump after lightless. That arrow will hurt with a Starstorm, but lightless in a bad position. Unless Pango just covers it again. He was center. Not the right positioning, but it's okay. He's gonna kill Larl. Doesn't matter.
That's a really good roll up.
Wasted BKB by Notice. This is really bad. They can catch him now. The Ember's nearby. We have the Gleipnir that no one knows is going for. They kill Force Major in a matter of seconds, and next to the Gleipnir, the catch up to the PA. And assassinate her as well.
I mean, this game is not technically over because with the PA and this specific build, you can always somehow make a comeback. But to enable that, you really do need the Divine Rapier. We're nowhere close to that. We're probably going to get buyback forced out here as well. Once the PA does buyback, Void Spirit's not going to have it. So the Hustlers, really, they have 2 moves, and neither of them is a losing move. They can probably just afford to push, fight, and end the game. Or if they're scared by the PA buyback and want to play it safe, they just go back and Roche, because he's going to be respawning up to now or in 3 more minutes. We'll see here. It's going to be an instant Roche as well, pretty much. So yeah, I mean, this is unfortunately just a lose-lose-lose for VP.P. And while winning all around from the Hustlers, I mean, it's 39-8 out of 30k up at the 40-minute mark, and it's kind of been just a great game all around from the Hustlers. Abyssal Blade now for Monkey. Yeah, that's a nice one.
It is a really nice one to steal on Rubick, but right now, what you need in Rubick is that mobility. You need some damage. You need your PA to be alive.
You might be caught.
Arrow. Oh, look at your mobility, Rubick. Nothing.
Yeah.
KingR had such an impact this game. Seriously.
Really. And Funnick as well.
I think both of them are, to me, I mean, the whole team of Hustler played so well.
Yeah, that's true. It's hard to just name one, right?
Yeah, you can see their coordination. I mean, compared to the game we saw against Bait, they didn't play that game badly by any means, but right now they're even playing better than before. Granted, of course, Bait played better than VP.Prodigy, so there's also that kind of thing, the objective, and there's a bit of bias. But I find that Hustlers starting to come into their own into this. After all, these players are all stars, genuinely.
They are, yeah. Magical from his Na'Vi days, of course.
Well, Magical might be the one that's...
Really?
I mean, the stack he was playing, it wasn't like a big one. Compared like Funnick, compared to like Nofear. Lightless actually is probably the least
Okay,
player.
okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Because Magical is mostly in stacks, like Star. I think this is another one of his stacks. Don't get me wrong, he's not like a weak player.
Aghanim's Scepter upgraded here is going to give you 2
ag.
seconds. I mean, this is now you basically have a BKB on the ET.
It's so good.
It's really amazing. He's going to get close to that level 20 talent. Honestly, this game, 41k versus a PA, I know you really shouldn't just, you know, ever play a game of Dota like it's completely won, but you did force her buyback. She got nothing. She's so far from the Aghanim Scepter. 100% clean.
Let's go. I want to see Titan carry Nofear.
Come on, let's
I mean, he
see it.
has played in a bunch of, he's played in other positions with 40.
Wow, this Mirana's farm, by the way. Holy moly.
I mean, KingR, when he plays, dude, he's going to win the game on his own. He likes the Rubick, he likes the Mirana. This guy, he's a 4. He's the Yabzor of CIS, honestly.
He's a 4 with more farm and a lot more farm. He's a whole item up over the enemy mid laner.
Which is also kind of the fault of the mid lane.
It is.
He's been kind of getting all the farms for already. They go here, hex up the Ember, and they collect his hand. That's nice. Lightless instead going for Force Major. He's dead at this point. The Yule Center will hurt, but useless this time, as instead they just burst down Celebrity. And now going for Notice, who doesn't have the BKB, so she is just cannon fodder.
GG. Yep. It's GG. I mean, no buyback there. Dead for 2 minutes. The rest of the team is slowly going to fall. They're just chasing down Larl for the kill. There's no fear. Gonna get that one, and unfortunately, he didn't take the lead. The game ended too quickly, but the Hustlers with a 1-0 lead now here, Abu, over VP.P, and man, they looked good.
I think Hustlers played a fantastic game.